We knew early on that the family's request was to have the Michael's casket present at the ceremony, and it's you know, sometimes it's traditional, sometimes it's not to have the casket there, but we obviously wanted to respect their wishes. I wasn't sure. Obviously, I gulped when I first heard it, but in retrospect, seeing what happened, I mean, it just added a layer to this to the event that probably not probably. There's no doubt it wouldn't have been there if Michael hadn't been there. The artists responded to it and in a very positive way. The people there, I think it's just it just brought Michael into the house, and as we had said, this was his house. I asked Smokey Robinson to go up on stage and read the messages from Diana Ross and from Nelson Mandela, which had just arrived about a half hour before he read them, because we weren't really ready to start. The family had gathered. They wanted a few moments in the family room. The networks were taking the feed, so in their mind, that was the beginning of the event, but it really wasn't. It was, I just ran over to Smokey, who I've known for 30 years, and said, would you mind going up on stage? It's not the beginning. I thought we tried to make that clear to everybody, and just go up because these messages are important to hear from Diana, to hear from Nelson Mandela, but it wasn't a part of the official broadcast. But on the other hand, it certainly added a little element of drama to what we were doing. There really wasn't time to meet with the family an awful lot and kind of plan this out. They live 5 blocks from here, but the simple fact is we had 5 days from beginning to end. There were a lot of things that weren't buttoned up. Um, uh, there were no restrictions that they put on us, and there were really no requests that we had of them that they felt were um, uh, restrictive. I mean, they were really, this was really, we wanted to stay out of their way. They were mourning, they're grieving. We tried to do what we did without interfering with their mourning process.
Rumors are that Janet was supposed to do a few words, but yet Paris kind of replaced her, and Janet kind of stood to the side. Was that something that was scheduled?
The conversations that we had with the family about the end of the service really rested on our hope that they would come to the stage and thank people, which is something that they wanted to do. Um, Beyond that, it was open. We had said to them, and we assumed that it was going to be the brothers and the sisters. We didn't figure on Paris. We didn't figure on the kids coming up. And that was kind of a surprise to us, and more of a surprise when Paris said what she said. Um, these are the things that happen on live television, and all of the writing in the world, all of the scripting in the world can't come up to a little girl talking about how she's going to miss her father.
Yeah. His siblings as a support system, and then also as musicians, what have you witnessed?
I never worked with the Jackson Five performing. I actually knew a couple of the brothers. They lived in the neighborhood. They're kind of neighbors here. Um, um, I really don't know the total family dynamic. I know that there was an interdependence among them. I know that there was an incredible bond between them that went way beyond bloodlines. You can't spend as much time as they spent together performing together. The same way, Michael and Janet and the other sisters. He loved his family.